Okay, so introduction to print media, like 5.4, we will start 5.3. We had completed the first newspaper printing in India. So here we will try and understand about the newspaper printing in India, how the newspaper prints in India. We will try and understand about its history. Clear? Do you know the old name of Kolkata city? It is Calcutta, right? So here the first question they are asking, they are saying that what is the old name of Kolkata? It is Calcutta, right? Did you know that Calcutta was once the capital of India? No. So here they are asking that what is the old name of Calcutta? It's a Calcutta. Calcutta is the capital of India. Now today presently Delhi is the capital. So Calcutta was from 1774 to 1922. Calcutta was the capital of India. Clear? So in this period the Calcutta was the capital. Calcutta has also many other first in the history of India. Okay, so not only the capital one, so the many other thing they are the first, like the first railway. Okay, the first railway was started in Calcutta. The first metro rail, Calcutta. The first post and telegraph, Calcutta. The first Western style bank, Calcutta. Our Supreme Court also belonging begin functioning from the city. So here in the first paragraph, just now we had looked at the Calcutta first, because Calcutta was very famous because Britisher were established their company first over there. That's the main reason the banking and everything was developed over here, the Calcutta. Clear? And all of you have heard about the Nobel Prizes. Okay, Nobel Prizes means Rabindranath Tagore got Nobel Prizes. Calcutta city gave the country five laureates. Okay, gave the gave the country five laureates: Rabindranath Tagore, C.V. Raman, Mother Teresa, Ronald Amundsen. Okay, so we can say that Calcutta is very. So now we are trying to understand about the importance of Calcutta. Not only Calcutta in the first, but the five people who got the Nobel Prizes, they are actually from Calcutta only. And you will find interesting to know that Calcutta has one more first. It was from Calcutta, the first newspaper published from India in Calcutta only. Obviously, the print we are talking about. So the first newspaper was printed in Calcutta only, published in Calcutta. It was a Britisher who started the first newspaper in our country. Obviously, the Britisher were conquered the India, so they were the only one they were started. On 29 Jan 1780, James August Hickey launched. Okay, 2021 James August Hickey, he launched a Bengal Gazette. It has another title, Calcutta Advertiser. It was popularly known as Hickey Gazette. The first issue of the paper had 2 pages, and later it was increased 4 pages. First, when it was started, it was 2 pages only, but later it was 4 pages. Its size was 35 centimeter to 24 centimeter. You can multiply it by area. Okay, so we can say that first newspaper was started in Bengal only. It was a Bengal Gazette by the James August Hickey. Clear? So here the format is also given. The British East India Company did not consider freedom of the press as good for society. The East India Company did not consider the freedom of the press as good for society. They tried to suppress the publication of newspaper. The Hickey was a very bold editor, and he continued his criticism of British authorities. He published reports attacking the East India Company officials. The British authorities uh, arrested the Hickey many times. Okay, many times. Finally, they confiscated his paper and Press in 1782 and stop his publication. Like he was asked to leave the country, he was sent back to England, and copies of the Bengal Gazette are still kept in National Library in Calcutta, British Museum in London. So here the British came. Like first when he published, he was a very bold editor. He was against the British. Whenever he is publishing anything in the newspaper of Bengal Gazette, he was against the Britisher. Okay, he was against. So many times these British people have arrested him. Okay, many times the Britisher arrested him and he was sent to his homeland. Okay, and the sum of his copies are put in National Libraries of Kolkata and the museum in London. Clear? Confiscation of the is a rare action taken by the authorities. If that paper published some news report article that they think is highly objective, the confiscation is rejected. Clear? Bengal Gazette, you can see the sealed. We have thus seen the Kolkata as a unique place in the history of newspaper. Okay, thus we have seen that the Kolkata has a unique place in the history of Indian newspaper. Okay, so we can say that Kolkata is a very unique place in the history of newspaper by above generation. Like the British were the first, they were Nobel Prize first print. Okay, but it is all more interesting to note that the second and third, fourth newspaper in the country were launched from the city. Not only the first, the second, third, and fourth was newspaper was also published from the city only. Following in James August Hickey's footsteps in 1780, the second newspaper was launched from Calcutta, and the name of the newspaper was Indian Gazette, Calcutta Gazette, which started 1784. Then Bengal General, which was launched in 1785, where the third and fourth newspaper come from Calcutta. All these four earlier papers were published in the English language. So at that time, the newspaper was published in the English language, and slowly newspapers started coming out from other parts of the country also. The the Madras Courier from South, Madras Gazette was started from Madras. From Mumbai Herald was launched 1789. The press regulation censorship imposed the imposed by the British stood in the way of starting newspaper in India. 1818, the Lord Hastings move the string censorship measure for the milder set of policies. This led to the emergence of many newspapers, including many in Indian language. Raja Rammohn Roy was the first who was known to fought the freedom press in Persian weekly Mirat il. The first language newspaper in India was started in Kannada, the Kannada Samachar. Okay, so because of Lord Hastings, because of his decision, many Indian language newspapers was also started. The first Indian language was started from Kannada. Okay, Kannada Samachar. The first Indian language newspaper published by an Indian was also launched from Calcutta, the Bengali Gazette. Okay, Bengali Gazette by Gangadhar Bhattacharji in 1816. Okay, then Gujarati Daily Mumbai Samachar, published from Mumbai, is the oldest existing newspaper not only in India but also in Asia. It was established in 1822. Clear? Which were the early newspaper in USA and United Kingdom? Importance of Kolkata Bengal Gazette. You can write it very nice. Okay. You can write it by yourself. Till now we have understood that how the Kolkata is become the first place of newspaper. Not only the first newspaper, second and third, fourth also. Kolkata was a capital of our country before before 1922, right? Which means 100 years more, 103 years ago. Clear? Culture awakening and freedom movement 5.5. So it's very simple over here. Culture awakening and freedom movement. How? Because how, with the help of newspaper, print media, how the culture was in as awake, and how they started fighting with the freedom movement. Clear? Towards the end of 19th century, many social reformers began actively campaigning for radical change. Okay, which means the end of the 19th century, many social people have started campaigning for radical change in Indian society. The reformation of Hinduism, the move of abolition of sati, the efforts of widow marriage were some of the major reform. Reform means, first of all, we need to understand changing in India. Hinduism was changing because of the newspaper. All this led to the boom of newspaper in industry. With the help of newspaper, people started aware, and because of the awareness, this old custom was reformed. Like if I talk about presently, we are living in India. Okay, so as we live in India, we have some old rituals are there, and with the help of newspaper, that can be changed. That could be changed. Some of the leading English newspaper were also launched during this time, like Times of India 1861. It was started as paper supporting the British. Many of you might have heard about the Jungle Book. The author of the Jungle Book, Rudyard Kipling, started the pioneer in 1866, Allahabad, the Amrit Bazaar. So these are the newspaper were actually started by the British, the Hindustan Times, 1923. In the regional language, some papers that were launched during that period continue even now as a leading paper, Malayalam Manorama. Okay, when Mahatma Gandhi returned to India, he gave a great impetus to the freedom movement. When Mahatma Gandhi came, he gave a more importance to the freedom movement. He was also a great editor. He took over Young India. Okay, started by Home Rule Party in 19, and he also started writing. Gandhiji also launched another weekly called Navjivan in Gujarati. Later, Gandhiji started Harijan under the editorship of Mahadev Desai. Gandhiji insisted his paper will not carry any advertisement, but all his publication had wide circulation among reader. So even the Gandhiji also started a newspaper, Young India Harijan. It was started by the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Can you guess how many newspapers in India have crossed 100 years of publication? Are still in. There are 41 such newspapers are there. 100 years it is crossed, and still we are reading it. Among the English, the Times of India, the Hindu, the Tribune, the Statesman. Okay. Mumbai Samachar, Amrita Bazaar. These are the newspapers who had crossed past the 100 years. From last 100 years, it is there in our country. Clear? Now the 5.6. I'm stopping over here. Clear? So today we had learned about two things. The one is the newspaper and importance of Kolkata, how it started.